We arrived too late. As soon as the shadow of Sothasil claimed the skeleton key, it slithered into the fundament and sealed all the doors leading to the Cognitum Centralis. Fear and Varuni tried to break the seal. You can see how that turned out.
Are there any alternate routes into the Cognitum Centralis?
None. Lord Set designed the Cognitum to be virtually impenetrable. Even so, these whispering shadow cultists move through the city unhindered. I don't know how. Perhaps if we discover how they navigate the city, we can use that against them.
The shadow of Zotharsil used a pool of darkness to escape the Incarnatorium.
I crossed staves with an Argonian mage once. He could leap through shadows, crossing long distances in seconds. Maybe that's the answer? Shadow portals of some kind? We need more information, inside perspective.
How should we do that?
I have an idea. Full disclosure, you may find this eerie. I suspected that Gascoigne's brain might contain some useful information, so I ordered a factotum to mine it. Speak to the Clockwork clinician in the East Wing. Maybe it found something.
Wait, what? Mind?
Yes, it's an incredibly useful procedure. One of our apostles created the anamnesic extractor to act as a kind of cognitive therapy for residents struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts. The results were mixed.
So now you use it to mine information out of dead people?
Only in cases where the deceased requests it. Or when a traitor tries to sell out the city to Daedra. You did kill him for that, remember? This is the surest route to the truth. We can debate medical ethics after we've prevented the apocalypse.
What is the Cognitum Centralis exactly?
The heart of the Clockwork City, Lord Set's seat of power. He spends his periods of seclusion there, sculpting the future, as the saying goes. Very few mortals have ever stepped foot inside.
Have you ever seen it?
Once, and only for a moment. Truthfully, I didn't enter with a pious heart. A story for another time. All I can tell you is the Cognitum exists at the center of, well, everything. It's the axle that spins the wheel. You'll see, soon enough.
Are you sure he's even there?
He has to be. If he were on Artaeum, the city would be locked in slumbering mode. Less light, slower manufacturing, reductions in factotum services. But everything hums and cranks as it should. He is definitely here, and his shadow knows it.
What do you know about the skeleton key?
Only what I read in the Imperial histories as a student. Our libraries don't carry any literature on Daedra or their relics. I argued against the ban, but the Congress wouldn't budge. They don't understand how dangerous these creatures can be.
Well, what do you know?
Daedric princes litter the world with profane relics, artifacts meant to corrupt or ensorcel the greedy and weak-minded. Hermaeus Mora offers a book. Periite grants a shield. Nocturnal is more generous. She provides a mask, a bow, and a key.
The skeleton key.
Exactly. Scholars say the key can open any lock, regardless of its complexity. Some say it can unlock gates to other worlds, or even open metaphorical doors. I don't need to tell you how dangerous that power could be.
So the shadow of Zotharsil seeks to unlock the center of Clockwork City.
I think it may go even deeper than that. Lord Set modified himself extensively over the centuries. I think the shadow may try to unlock Sothasil himself.
Greetings. Please restrict dangerous experiments to designated areas. By Set's will, I am bound. Greetings, resident. What do you require?
I need to speak to Gascone.
Reflecting. Permissions registered. I completed the cognitive archival process, and data retention is within acceptable parameters. Unfortunately, my current talk plug storage quantity equals 0. It must equal 1 for vocal emulation to proceed.
You need me to get a talk plug. Where can I find one of these?
Malfunctioning skeevatons often appropriate tools and components from this chamber. You may wish to search the eastern quarter of the fortress. Skeevatons often accumulate there and place reclaimed scrap in piles. I apologize for the inconvenience. By his word, I am bound.
I have important business back in Vardenfell. I can't be late. I need to leave.
Forward, it cries. Forward to the fruits of cheap ambition. Forward to the promise of everlasting kingdoms.
Will you stop mocking me?
What?
I have important business back in Vardenfell. I can't be late. I need to leave.
Forward, it cries. Forward to the fruits of...
Greetings, Resident. Apologies, but I am currently engaged. May my labors please the Clockwork Guard. Welcome back, Resident. Your permissions remain active. What do you require?
I have the talk plug you asked me to retrieve.
False assertion. This is not a talk plug. Fortunately, I located a talk plug in a Nemo crate outside my immediate visual range. Your assistance, while appreciated, is no longer required. Please ask the deceased resident your questions.
Seriously? I really want to kill you right now.
Resident Corpse Gascon Dusant, memory outlay primed, submit query.
How do the Whispering Shadow cultists travel through the city so quickly?
Assembling summary. Subheading Whispering Shadows. Subheading Movement. Subheading Clockwork City. Cultists use gloaming gates, pools of darkness that channel Nocturnal's power. They serve as portals to many places, including Evergloam.
Evergloam?
Assembling response. Subject Evergloam. A twilight plane of oblivion peopled by nocturnal shrikes, phantoms, and beastly simulacra. Passing through Evergloam allows cultists to travel great distances without detection.
Where can I find one of these gloaming gates?
Accessing Vigio's spatial memory. Mapping complete. 2 gates exist in the radius. One west, one east. Hidden in cave networks controlled by Whispering Shadows. These gates may not allow passage to the uninitiated. Incomplete data.
To every machine, a purpose. Dreaming. Soiled tablecloth. Washboard.
Tell me you have something.
I found a way to pursue the shadow of Zothar Seal. Gloaming gates.
Gates, of course. My apostles ran down a few rumors about cultists building strange basins on the periphery of the radius, but we never found any of them. How do these gates work?
We can use a gate to enter Evergloam, then find another gate inside that leads to the Cognitum.
So we'll use the cultists' own pathways against them. Makes sense. Can't say I have any desire to fight my way through a plane of oblivion, but we don't have much of a choice, do we? Did Gascon say where they built these gates?
He mentioned one to the east and one to the west. Hidden in caves.
And we have no way to know which will get us to our destination faster. Let's split up. I'll take the western gate, you take the east. Try to navigate the Evergloam. I'll do the same. Hopefully one of us will make it to the Cognitum in time.
I have important business back in Vardenfell. I can't be late. I need to leave.
Forward, it cries. Forward to the fruits of cheap ambition.
This is it. Everglow. Follow me. Featherless, always left! It's closed! Closed! You'll have to find another way round.
your worst, night hag. You get nothing from me.
Interlopers, no. I will not be interrupted. Thank you. I'm unaccustomed to being captured. A Shrike captain wouldn't defend just any gate. This must lead back to the city. Follow me. I recognize this place. These are the tunnels that lead to the Coggitum. Looks like the factotums put up a fight when the shadow came through. Not enough, it seems. There, the Shadow's ward. Liquid shadows. Some kind of nocturnal light. I've never seen the like. Wait, I remember. Lord Sid taught me a spell long ago. He said it would guide me through the darkness one day. I couldn't find a use for it then. But now... Yes, he said that logic and wisdom would part the shadows of doubt. It worked! How could he have known? Never mind. Meet me at the entrance to the Coggitum. We have work to do. I don't often admit surprise, but I'll be candid. That was one of the weirdest journeys of my life, and I've lived a very, very long time.
What now?
With the shadow barrier removed, we can move freely between the Brass Fortress and the Coggitum again. Now we have a Daedric prince to thwart and a god to save. I hope you're ready. Tighten that armor and sharpen your weapons. Entering the Coggitum Centralis can prove deadly on the best of days. This is far from the best of days.
What should we expect inside the Coggitum?
Beyond whatever Daedric horrors the Shadow left in its wake? The Coggitum shifted into its strongbox configuration as soon as the alarm sounded. So now we have to contend with inaccessible platforms, hostile factotums, unleashed fabricants.
Do you think the defenses might slow the Shadow down?
You know I don't put much stock in hope. Sotha's seal prepares for every conceivable eventuality, but the Shadow is Sotha's seal. It's difficult to create countermeasures for yourself. We can't count on Sotha's seal. This task falls to us. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm prepared to enter the Coggitum.
Just as I suspected. The defense system locked down the bridge. Slag it! I can use this terminal to unlock it, but the alarm cut the power. Looks like it has 2 charging junctions. I need you to find 2 core pumps. Can you do that? One other thing. There's a master factotum down here called...
Greetings. I am Ios. Please be advised. The sacred Coggitum Centralis is currently sealed. I kindly encourage you to exit the Coggitum immediately. Thank you for your compliance.
Not going to happen, Ios.
Beginning entity analysis. Error. Entity exists outside known POSA points. Transitioning to General Reception Array. Hello.
What are you?
I am Ios, the Automata Incarnum Overseer System. Master Seal created me to maintain and supervise the substrata operations of Clockwork City. This partition can provide answers to Class 7 queries only. Thank you for your understanding.
Your master is in danger. Let us through so we can help him.
Assessing threats to Master Seal. Dreaming. Open window. Sunlight through glass. Threat analysis prepared. Prospect Numidium. Negative. Prospect Almalexia. Negative. Prospect Erasure. Negative. No existential threat detected.
There is a threat. The Daedric Prince, Nocturnal.
Accessing privatized threat array. Dreaming. Knee abrasion. Lullaby. Threat located. Nocturnal. Urdra. Unfathomable mistress of shadows. Prospect registered. Risk level moderate. Thank you for your concern.
Now, can you help us?
Motive evaluation complete. Non-hostile intent confirmed. Assistance threshold increased 20%. I can now provide advice and analysis. A manual override is required to proceed. Lower automata still adhere to trespass protocols. Use caution.
Goodbye.
Extortion among friends.
acceleration remains high.
Thanks for the advice. More shadows, even thicker than before. Damn. The shadow banishing spell I used on the lift overtaxed my nerve junctions. We need to find another way through. Try throwing that switch. I see something. Some kind of light burning away the corruption. A lamp, like the one you used to expose the shadow. Another switch. Try it out. When So the Sill saved me, he said I would shine a light one day. Could this be... Questions for another time. Let's keep moving.
Following me, are you? Brave and foolish.
More shadows. Let's hope So the Seal had the foresight to install those lamps here too.
To banish my shadows again. Relish the victory while you can. It will take more than a lapse to keep me from the throne aligned. Should be thankful. If you only knew what So the Seal was capable of, you'd want to kill him too.
Greetings. This partition governs all Axel operations and gate controls. How can I assist you? Evaluating access petition. Dreaming. Raindrops on glass. Wood smoke. Access granted. Please make swift progress to the throne room. Daedric corruption detected.
Close now, but not close enough. Now, I will unlock this fool from the throne and claim what's mine.
Using the skeleton key to unseat the real Sotha seal. We cannot let
I
it get
see
inside
I'll
that
have
machine.
to deal with you permanently. No. Face the darkness.
Quickly! Hold them away! Away from the shadow! What are you doing?
Never mind where I came from. I'm keeping Seal alive, you ungrateful shrew. We can't let the shadow escape.
Just hurry. I can't hold the light for long.
Even now, at the end, you bicker. How predictable you are.
She's here. Nocturnal.
Why do you struggle so? Do you not see that it's hopeless? Sleep now. Give in to the dark.
I can't hold it much longer. Get up, comrade. You have to turn the skeleton key, now!
I will not yield. Go, friend. Do as Fear says. Unlock the throne. Free Sotha seal.
The Clockwork City shall bear your weight no longer. Be gone.
You achieve nothing, little godling. The Triad looms upon Somerset shores. All that is shall be ours.
Well done, my friend. Oh, enough theatrics, Luciana. On your feet! A shower?
We should return to the surface. This is no place for mortals. The prisoner. At last. You are early. Or perhaps late. It makes little difference. I'm glad you've come. Tamriel owes you a debt.
Are you fully restored?
Restored, yes. I reclaimed my shadow, and with it, knowledge of what transpired and what's to come. But those calculations will keep. I owe you a boon. Service, like all equations, demands precise reciprocity. I wonder, what would you ask of me?
What kind of gifts do you offer? Can you give me power?
Power? Interesting. Power to what end, I wonder? You possess a great well of potential. Unexplored depths, hidden by self-doubt and narrow perspective. Feel no shame. I know something of self-doubt. I can reveal this potential if you wish.
Luciana collapsed during the battle. Can you help her?
Altruism. A rare trait. Luciana will die. If not here and now, then elsewhere and later. I can delay her death if you wish, but to what end? Consider carefully. Luciana means a great deal to me, but grief cannot be avoided, only deferred.
What about the skeleton key?
Clever. At another time, in another place, I would gladly part with it. In truth, I have no interest in Daedric baubles. Unfortunately, the Shadow Queen still lurks on our threshold. I must send this key away, farther than your feet can carry you.
I have made up my mind.
Ask and you shall have it.
Please save Luciana.
It is done. The recalibration may take some time, but the Proctor will make a full recovery. I know she will put this gift to good use. Please, take this as well. A token from my personal collection. It is and always has been yours.
Thank you.
Strange. I spent lifetimes here in the world of tangible forms, but each time I emerge from the throne, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. Broken, impoverished, beautiful.
What will you do now?
It seems I must delay my work for a time. When I reclaimed my shadow, I learned a great deal. Daedric plots, alliances and betrayals, the return of things lost in time, the loss of things the world thought certain. I have much to do.
Can I help? What do you need?
In the short term, I need Devaith Fear. He took his leave to attend to matters outside my fortress. I wish to speak with both of you in a more private setting. Please find Fear, and then meet me at the elegiac replication.
I'll find him and meet you there.
We will speak in time. First find Devaith Fear. I wish for both of you to meet me at the elegiac replication, a memorial south of here. Our discussion should be away from prying eyes and ears, even those of my own people.
Where is Luciana now?
You will find her in her retreat here in the Basilica. My factotums tend to her wounds even as we speak. Of course, you already know how this will end. I hope that knowledge brings you some measure of peace.
Set. So the seal. Is he...
He's fine. We did it, Luciana.
Thank the gears. The people. My people. They're safe. He knew. He knew this would happen. He said I would shine a light one day. Do you see? Everything built to this. Everything. Every battle, every sorrow. It finally makes sense.
You'll see Zothar Seal soon. I asked him to save you.
You asked him that? After all the impatience I showed you, the bad temper? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I've never met a more altruistic soul. Still, I'm not sure even Zothar Seal could save me this time. I feel it in my bones. This is how I end.
He promised me you will survive this.
Perhaps you're right. You know, I asked Zothar Seal to spare someone close to me long ago. You refused. Now I see. I understand. I'll try to make your choice mean something. You have my word.
I can't stand seeing her like this. I always thought Luciana was, I don't know, indestructible. How could this happen?
She held off a Daedric prince almost single-handedly.
And the strain was too much. Yes, I've heard. I just thought with you there, and Lord Set as well, I guess every spring comes unwound eventually, no matter how strong. Do you think she'll live?
Zothar Seal promised to heal her. She'll live.
You what? And Lord Set granted you this boon? I'm sorry. I shouldn't seem so shocked. You've done nothing but struggle and sacrifice for us since you arrived. Thank you, my friend. With Luciana healed, the Clockwork City will flourish.
What will you do now?
I'll remain here a while longer. I should stay at her side at least until the factotum shares its test results. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure.
Goodbye.
Seen Zothar Seal yet. Does he ever come out?
He concerns himself with the divine metronome, beyond simple understanding, unheeding of the line motion so many tread upon.
But shouldn't he help look after the city he created?
In silence, ye are hidden mysteries, but mysteries of
Ah, my erstwhile companion. You look remarkably coherent. Most mortals caught in a Daedric tempest would suffer some lasting effects. I'm impressed. Baffled, but impressed.
Zothar Seal asked me to find you.
Already? I expected him to wait at least a week before summoning me. Seal's concept of time bears only a faint resemblance to our own. You should set out. I'll be along shortly.
Where were you? Luciana and I nearly died fighting the Shadow.
You didn't, though. Bully for you. In truth, I sought an alternate route to the throne, through the Everglow. Unfortunately, Nocturnal detected my presence immediately. One of the few burdens of near-divine power. I'm difficult to miss.
So, she trapped you?
Trapped? No. Impeded, perhaps. Fortunately, Nocturnal's attention turned to you and the good Proctor when you defeated the Shadow. It gave me the opportunity to pinpoint the object of her fury. You. I followed her to the throne. The rest is history.
Fine. So what are you doing out here?
Taking it all in, I suppose. Surely you won't begrudge me a moment of vulnerability. This place, it is something. I sense that I won't return anytime soon, if at all. When you've lived as long as I have, that actually starts to mean something.
What's to keep you from coming back?
One can only marvel at a rival's triumphs for so long before that awe turns to resentment. And I have no time for petty jealousy. I have plans of my own, and countless realms to explore. I can't afford to linger anywhere for long.
Thank you both for coming.
Of course, old friend. You seem troubled. More troubled than usual, I mean.
Perceptive, as always. I do not wish to diminish your achievement, but Nocturnal's defeat here will be short-lived. What's more, she does not act alone. A third enemy looms at the edge of my sight. Their covetous eyes are now fixed on the Somerset Isles.
Then we should inform the rest of the Sijiks. We'll need to prepare.
I will inform them personally. I have a separate task for you, Deveth. Take the skeleton key. Keep it hidden for as long as you can. I trust that this task pleases you. After all, your love of such trinkets is what brought you here in the first place.
Sometimes I wonder if you see too much. I will keep it safe.
Farewell, Deveth Fear. We will not meet again. I haven't visited this memorial for centuries, but even I need reminders every now and again. Do you like this place? It took me the better part of a decade to perfect it. Every stone and flower tells a story. Tales of how things were, how they ought to be. I thought about destroying it on more than one occasion. I'm glad I didn't.
I have questions.
I know. Ask and I will answer truthfully. Just know that the truth often fails to satisfy.
What is all this for, the Clockwork City?
I sometimes ask myself the same thing. May I confess something to you?
Of course.
I suffer from a peculiar ailment. Shall I describe it? I bear the cruel weight of certainty. Total, absolute, relentless certainty. People rarely comprehend the luxury of doubt, the freedom that comes with indecision. I envy you.
Didn't you just say that you question whether the city is worth the effort?
Indeed. But such questions are flaccid. Cursory indulgences that come and go in an instant. The truth is that my actions, both good and evil, are inevitable. Locked in time. Determined by chains of action and consequence.
So you were forced to build the Clockwork City?
Compelled. This city serves a noble goal. The redemption of Tamriel. The unification of competing forces. The destruction of the Daedra. Unfortunately, it is an endeavor built upon a lattice of corpses. Betrayal, untold horrors. Do you understand?
Maybe?
Maybe. The word I covet above all others. Hold to that word, my friend, and never let go.
Who are you really?
You expect something grand, but I promised you the truth. I am only what time and circumstance made me. Son of a lost house, friend to a fallen king. Some will tell you that we are the product of our choices. I've never found that to be the case.
But you're supposed to be a god, right?
I am whatever the people need me to be. A guardian, an oppressor. For some, too distant. For others, too meddlesome. I am the canvas upon which they paint their dreams and resentments. A vessel for their hopes and doubts. A mirror, nothing more.
If you believe that, why even call yourself a god?
I don't. But my companions, Vivek and Almalexia, see their divinity as essential. Godhood brings them joy and purpose. They find meaning in the theatrical. Who am I to deprive them of that?
What do you think of Vivek?
Vivek is my brother. He knows my struggles and I know his. That knowledge makes our relationship complicated. To truly know someone is as much a curse as it is a blessing.
What are his struggles?
Regret. We are bound by that at least. He also suffers a kind of enslavement. Not unlike my own, in fact. Beauty holds the keys to his shackles. Beauty and a love of great works, great heights. His appetites are insatiable, thus his despair.
Despair?
Yes, a poet's despair. Vivek craves writable freedom, the death of all limits and restrictions. He wishes to be all things at all times. Every race, every gender, every hero, both divine and finite. But in the end, he can only be Vivek.
And that's not enough to be a god hero?
Not even remotely.
What about Almalexia?
Almalexia defies simple analysis. I doubt she could even describe herself accurately. To understand Almalexia, you must first understand the value of fiction. Vivek fancies himself the poet, but in truth, AM is the greater storyteller.
How so?
Vivek knows the boundaries that separate fact from fiction. He knows them so well that he's learned how to break them. He exists inside his verse, but recognizes the lies, the contradictions. He both does and does not believe his own tales.
How is Almalexia different?
She believes her tales implicitly, as does everyone else. Her capacity for deception appears limitless. She sows lies like a master gardener sows seeds, and the harvest of trust and adulation is breathtaking in scope.
Does that bother you?
Not in the slightest. As I said, we are, all of us, bound by our nature. Almalexia does what she does because she cannot do otherwise. It will not end well. But then, even the best endings rarely bring joy.
Thanks for the insight. Now, what did you want to talk to me about?
I instructed Devaith to run from the battle that is to come. Now, I urge you to run toward it. Long ago I brokered a truce with the Princes of Oblivion. This pact bound 8 princes to an oath that they would never again set foot on Tamriel.
If that's true, how did Nocturnal attack us in the Cogitum?
Nocturnal was not present when the princes signed the Cold Harbor Compact. Thus she flouts its restrictions. Now, this is important. Nocturnal does not act alone. 2 other princes lie in wait, Clavicus Vile and Mephala.
Who are Clavicus Vile and Mephala?
Schemers. A prince of foul bargains and a prince of lust and conspiracy. They pose a significant threat to mortals when they act alone. When they act in concert, especially with Nocturnal present, the threat becomes existential.
So what should we do?
I have preparations to make outside my Clockwork realm. You must stay vigilant. Take heed of any Daedric incursions and stand ready to fight. The prisoner wields great power, making reality of metaphor. We will need you before the end.
Why do you keep calling me prisoner?
A fool's hope, perhaps. I should explain. Look around you. All of this exists because it must exist. I stand here, in this place, in this moment, not because I wish to, but because I have to. A result of action and consequence.
So wouldn't that make you the prisoner?
Clever, but incorrect. The prisoner must apprehend 2 critical insights. First, they must face the reality of their imprisonment. They must see the determinative walls, the chains of causality that bind them to their course.
You haven't done that?
I have, but I fall short of the second insight. The prisoner must see the door to their cell. They must gaze through the bars and perceive that which exists beyond causality, beyond time. Only then can they escape.
You don't see the door.
I see only unsteady walls. If the people of Tamriel must exist inside this cell, I will make sure that the walls are stable, the gaps are sealed, and all who remain stay safe within it.
I don't have any more questions.
I've met few heroes like you. Very few. I take this matter of the Triad upon myself, but in truth, you may be the one that saves us. The prisoner who frees the world. We shall see. Farewell.
Farewell.
He's gone, isn't he?
Zotharsil? Yes.
I knew it. I never got to speak to him. Can you believe that? 100 years of loyal service and then, poof, gone.
What would you have said to him?
You know, I spent years rehearsing exactly what I would say. I stood in front of the mirror, saying it over and over. Lord Set, I stand before you as your loyal servant. Prayers of thanks, supplications, on and on.
And now?
Now I have nothing but questions. Why do we study in the Basilica while people struggle in the streets? Why can't we have birds like the Exodromals? How could Daedra break through our unbreakable walls? Why can't we leave?
Do you think he'd have answers for you?
I did yesterday. Today, I'm not so sure. I have a lot of thinking to do. A lot of assumptions to challenge. Who knows? Maybe that's what Set wanted all along. I owe all this uncertainty to you.
You're welcome.
You have my gratitude, truly. Uncertainty feels... it feels... liberating. The world's never seemed so open, so fresh, you know? I sense a new adventure just beginning. Thank you, my friend, and farewell.
Goodbye.
I think I'll visit the memorial for a while. It seems as good a place as any to be alone with my thoughts.